Welcome to Between Shelves.
where we make connections between literature, theology, philosophy, psychology, and culture.
Join us as we explore the interconnectedness of race, spirituality, psychology, and meta-modernism.
Each episode invites you into a thought-provoking journey, unpacking how these elements shape our understanding of the world and ourselves.
My name is Aaron Waldron. We're a religiously traumatized theopoet and a shaman in journey. Our work focuses on creating community and between spaces for religiously traumatized millennials, navigating life beyond colonized religion.
And my name is Rafael Reyes. My work is on the importance of imagination and theopoetics in philosophy and religious pluralism.
We invite you to Between Shelves
To learn,
listen,
and become.
There's something hidden, and for me as a theopoet, it's my sacred duty to navigate the hidden meanings and symbols in between literature, poetry, as well as film, music. 1915, Birth of a Nation is a very interesting film that we have just recently started navigating even deeper. We even are planning to offer it as a between film course where we analyze this film, this 3-hour silent film, and really break it apart, not based off stereotypes. We are aware of these things, but we're trying to put this film in specific contexts. In one context, it's the birth of the Ku Klux Klan, which is a Christian organization. And on the other hand, you have a symbol of how harsh and violent a group of people have been treated based on their skin complexion and based on their other biological features, but mainly skin complexion, right? Let's be real. So it's just really interesting that a film like Birth of a Nation can evoke, inspire, and remind us of race and the belief of race in a particular way. And the way we brought Paulo Freire into this was through critical pedagogy and his form of dialogue. How do we approach talking, engaging, and communicating in dialogue in a manner that uplifts the other and respects the other, but does not put them down? So we get rid of this patriarchal kind of setup where the teacher has the supreme knowledge and the students have nothing, and they have to pay attention and listen to the teacher. So there's this one way of flowing information. We love and felt so deeply inspired. Even Paulo Freire brings up this notion of learning from another, which, is very Whiteheadian and is incredible for bringing that up, because it also breaks barriers of differences and says, just because I'm a teacher or just because we've earned a doctoral degree, and in some spaces we have doctor in front of our name, does not mean we have all the answers. And so there's a sense of vulnerability. There's feminine energy that comes with this way of thinking, this approach to dialogue that is compassionate and inviting, encompassing, nurturing, and we argue healing. Freire's dialogue approach emphasizes on how this is important, being relational, this relationship building. And so when we have the normal average approach, which is the teacher in relationship to the students, it's very unfair. It's unbalanced. It's one way. There's no room for critical thinking. There's no room for we don't know. There's no room for any of that. It's very rigid. We also love how from meta-modernism, meta-modernism as a critique, as a method, it really allows us to build relationship with things that we had one relationship with. For example, meta-modernism allows us to look at history and look at art and look at events and look at terms and symbols and meanings and culture and people and say, maybe we need to relook at this. Maybe we've been led to only believe one perspective. We also love how Ferreri's work pushes us to deconstruct binaries, deconstruct absolute ideas and pure ideas. This is also where, in our work, in our dissertation work, we challenged binary and rigid belief structures to help millennials that were dealing with religious trauma see that maybe God doesn't hate you because you're queer or you're different. It's very complicated, and once we believe that we can't do something, there it is. We don't do it. So Paulo Freire's approach to critical dialogue empowers all parties in the dialogue, as well as the power of listening. That is so powerful, to listen to other and acknowledge other is the good news, is the work. You don't need superpowers really for this. You just need to develop listening to other people, and actually listening to understand and not listening to respond. So this also leads to inclusivity, empowering people to include others, regardless of their differences, as well as embracing paradox, right? Like, this is also very hard for a lot of religious thinkers because they think they have a grip on beginning to end, but we're stepping more into a world where it's becoming more known and believed that there is no end. This is not binary, start and finish. This is an ongoing process and cycle that's beyond us. So a lot of my dissertation work has been evolving from that space where we had groups of people, individuals coming and meeting and talking and really questioning, seeking. And the beautiful thing about it was we didn't have the answers, they did. And so they just needed the companionship, the relationship, to encourage them to sit with themselves and slow down and listen to their intuition more and develop better habits for themselves, healthier habits, And so that's why we cannot heal people and change people. People have to do it for themselves. And a podcast like this, Between Shelves, aims to equip and empower people to make change in their life for themselves.